Page 30, Viennese Waltz. 3/4 time, 1 flat. So it's either an F major or D minor, because those are the two keys with 1 flat in the signature. So we'll look at the bottom. The last couple measures here. That's an F chord. I figure this is an F major. At the top of the page they give you a pattern for the broken chord in 3/4 time, because we've had this in 4/4 time where you just do it back and forth. Well, in 3/4 time you do it this way. And that's very common for waltzes, so if you have it to improvise something in 3/4 times a waltz, this is one of the patterns you can use. Of course, you can always use the broken chord thing too. I mean, these are broken chords, but this thing. This works well in 3/4 time because there's 3 notes in it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. However, for Viennese Waltz, let's do this one hand at a time, starting with the right hand. We're here, 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Use the thumb. I don't like using the thumb again. I'm going to recommend you use second finger on that G. And just reach up for the D. And once you're there, you can collapse it. I just don't like using the thumb like that. I think that's a bad idea. We have to do that sometimes, but we don't have to do it here. So just use thumb. You're going to lift up between these phrases, slurs. They're not phrases, they're slurs. And the second line, 1, 2, 1 and 2. See, here you got to reach up. And then third line, it's the end of a phrase. There's no phrases in here. These little things are slurs, these little lines. But it's you can have a little silence between the second and third line in the right hand. So as you do that, just move. And then you do all that again. You have to reach up. Don't forget the B flat. And then the last line of last measure, third line here. Cross over. That's fine. Left hand has these broken chords. Then add the staccatos and the slurs and all that. So you got these light wrist staccato on the left hand. And then staccato on both hands. So just real carefully, I'm going a little fast. You can go a lot slower than that. It's just go real slow. It's whatever it takes. Keep the staccatos short. And then the last line, you're here, staccatos, etc. And again, the very last measure. It's a quarter note. You got a staccato in one hand and not in the other. The typical way of interpreting is to put a staccato in both hands and release them at the same time. So the last 2 measures would be that. But if they really wanted a staccato there, they should have put a dot for the right hand, and they didn't. So I'm telling you, hold that note out the full beat, so that the left hand's done, and you hold that out until beat 2. So the last 2 measures is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Hold that F out. I think that's actually more musical than lifting them up at the same time. It's an interpretive thing, but again, when you're first learning the music, you play it the way it's written. You can interpret it later. Get to know it first, and that's where the interpretation starts happening. You start feeling it. Dynamics, you're starting out medium loud, the MF, and then when you repeat it, you do the medium soft. Medium soft is just a little softer than medium loud, not a lot of difference. And that's the right hand. You keep the left hand soft throughout. And they don't give you much in dynamics. In the third line, you got that, you're getting louder here, here, and then you're coming down. So just gradually get a little. Eventually. And then you speed it up to a waltz tempo, whatever that is, because you got fast waltzes and slow waltzes. Just how fast do you think it's going to go? I don't know. fourth. Third line down, you're going to crescendo. Now here. And no hesitations anywhere. It's got a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You feel that natural accent is the first beat of the measure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's fine. However, let's play it together slowly to double check all these notes. The rhythm shouldn't be a problem, but at least the notes. I'm not going to do the dynamics, but I will do the staccatos and all that. So let's do it. I'll give you 3 counts and let's play it. 1, ready, and go, and. Repeat. Second ending, off, rest.